What's up, Ragin Nation? How's it going? This is Alex here. You're watching the Ragin Ronin review. In this video, I'm going to be giving you a top 10 list. And in this top 10 list, I'm going to be covering my top 10 favorite male actors. From number 10 to number 1 being my top favorite actor, you're going to be learning who my favorite actors are, of the male persuasion, of course. And some of you guys might already know who some of my favorite actors are, because if you've been following my movie reviews, you've been hearing me mention them, such as saying things like, I really wanted to watch this movie because so-and-so is one of my favorite actors. So if you've really been paying attention, I think that you guys might know who some of my top 10 favorite actors are. Now, before I made this video, I actually posted on the Ragin Nation Facebook page to ask you guys, who do you think my top 10 favorite male actors are? And you guys were supposed to guess, and we're going to play this little game here and see if you guys can guess right, okay? So a number of you have guessed, and I've read the list, and some of you guys came pretty close. Now, you didn't need to guess like, you know, the correct order. All you need to do is mention which ones you think are in the list without putting them in order. So I'm just going to go through the list for you guys from number 10 to number 1, and we're going to go from there, all right? So here we go. Get your lists out, and we're going to start doing a cross-reference. Okay, number 10, that would be Jason Clarke. Jason Clarke starred in Zero Dark 30, White House Down, and Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. And he also starred in some other movies as a supporting character that I didn't even know that he was in. But he mostly caught my attention as the badass CIA field op in Zero Dark 30. And from that moment on, I totally fell in love with him, and I felt that he's definitely got to be in my top 10 favorite actors. And I know this is very recent for him to be in my list, but he really showed off some serious talent, and I'm looking forward to seeing his future works. All right, so Jason Clarke is my number 10. Number 9 is Jeremy Renner. Jeremy Renner has played Hawkeye in the Avengers. He also played the CIA analyst. Or, yeah, I think he played a CIA analyst in Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol. And also, he plays, what's the character's name? But he played the main character in The Bourne Legacy. But he really most impressed me with his performance in American Hustle. And I'm really looking forward to his performance in the upcoming Kill the Messenger. So Jeremy Renner is number 9. Number 8 would be Anthony Mackie. And I first saw Anthony Mackie when he played Tupac in Notorious. Then later on I saw him again in The Hurt Locker. And then I just totally felt that, okay, this is an actor I'm going to keep an eye out for, because his acting talent has really expanded in all different types of roles. All right, so very impressed with his performances, and that's why he's number 8. Number 7 is Robert De Niro. I gotta pick an old school actor. I mean, there's a lot of new ones out there, but Robert De Niro is totally old school, and I have enjoyed a lot of his performances, especially in Goodfellas. Goodfellas is actually my favorite Robert De Niro film, and actually also my favorite gangster film, and it's all because he, you know, he does such a good job in it, and afterwards, he just, you know, I just love watching him on screen, all right? Number 6 would be Michael Fassbender, someone who just didn't just break out of the scene recently, but it was only recently that I've started noticing him more and more over the past like 5 or so years. He's really caught my attention, and I've seen some really great performances from him. I noticed him first as a supporting character in 300, and then later he played David in Prometheus, and wow, like, you know, that was quite a performance, and I thought he did such a great job. Number 5 is Tom Cruise. From Top Gun to Jerry Maguire to Edge of Tomorrow. Man, I really like watching Tom Cruise. And, you know, I don't think that he's like this outstanding actor, but I love a lot of the roles that he's in. A lot of the times he plays the same character. He plays the same hotshot ace type of character. But you know what? he does it so well, and that's because a lot of the roles that are written for him are written specifically for Tom Cruise in mind. And that's why a lot of the times that he's in the movie, it works. So I recently saw him in Edge of Tomorrow, and I enjoyed his performance. And I like the fact that he's picking a lot of roles or he's starring in a lot of movies that are just these really big action movies. You know, that's my genre, right? I love that, and he's been consistently starring in a lot of these movies, and I really love watching him. So Tom Cruise is number 5. Number 4. Oh no, Tom Cruise would be yes, that's right. He's number 5. Number 4 would be Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Joseph Gordon-Levitt, aka JGL, has really shown off his acting abilities, especially in all types of versatile roles. I mean, I really liked his performance in as a supporting character in The Dark Knight Rises, but he also did a fantastic job in 50-50, and I've also seen him play other characters and really standout performances in other films that I've seen him in, and therefore I am really looking forward to seeing more films of his. And I was actually also impressed with his directorial debut in Don John. Number 3, Denzel Washington. The first time I saw Denzel Washington was in Crimson Tide, and you know, he starred in a couple of great movies after that, but some not so great movies. But he's been really just starring in all these kick-ass roles after Training Day. After he won his Oscar for Training Day, everything after that was just, man, like, he's just so consistent. And one thing you got to know about Denzel Washington is that he's one of the most professional actors in its purest and truest forms. I say that because, you know what, there's a lot of these actors who are like stars, okay? They're stars and they put themselves out there in the public, and you always see them in interviews, you always see them in social media interacting. You know what, Denzel Washington is a professional. He wakes up in the morning, reads a script, shows up on set, once it's over, goes home. You know what? Who needs to be out there in the public, right? You know, like, he considers himself an actor. He doesn't consider himself a star, and I really love that about him as a human being. And I love his work ethic. And you know, for him, it's not so much about the fandom. He's here to do a job, and you can tell that once you see him on screen. So very cool. Denzel Washington is number 3. Number 2 is Gary Oldman. Gary Oldman is an amazing actor. He's played everything. Like, he's literally played every single type of role out there. I've seen him in so many different roles. Such a versatile actor. I don't even have to explain, you know, all the different movies and roles he's been in. He is an amazing actor. Okay. Number 1. This brings us to number 1. And some of you guys might disagree with this, and as him being my number 1, and you'll be like, what? Are you serious? Him as your number 1 actor? Leonardo DiCaprio. Leonardo DiCaprio is my number 1 all-time favorite actor. I love a lot of the movies that he's been in. So I haven't watched all his movies, but he puts in some really outstanding performances. Now, some people don't really like Leonardo DiCaprio because he started off as a pretty boy, you know, like a teen heartthrob. And you know what? You're hating on the guy for something that he didn't really have a choice in, okay? Just because someone was a teen heartthrob and he starred in Titanic, like, you know, whatever, right? Like, it's the work that I've seen him in. For example, you know, Django Unchained. He should have got an Oscar for playing Calvin Candy. The Wolf of Wall Street, okay? His performance in Body of Lies, or The Aviator, or The Departed. You know, these are all amazing films, and he's worked with every single you know, like, high-profile director out there, from Martin Scorsese, James Cameron, Ridley Scott, Michael Mann. You know, these are some really big directors out there. So Leonardo DiCaprio's number 1. Now, I got to give a couple of honorable mentions, okay? I'm not going to make too many honorable mentions because then I'll be listing all the actors that I like. But I want to put an honorable mention to Tom Hardy. I really enjoyed his performance as Bane, and also I've enjoyed his performances in a couple of other movies that I've seen. And I'm really looking forward to watching him in Mad Max. Another honorable mention is that I want to give to is Frank Grillo. Now I only started noticing Frank Grillo's work in The Grey. Afterwards, I've been paying attention to what he's been in lately, and most recently Captain America: The Winter Soldier. All right, and I definitely looking forward to more of his work. He's a bit of a badass. He can play some really badass characters, and you know he's got this really I don't know, this really badass look to him. He doesn't look like clean cut, but he looks like, you know, he can take someone on, and I think that he would play a very good I guess vigilante type of character. Not necessarily a superhero, but like a vigilante type of character. And there you have it. That's all I gotta say in this video. Now let's go through the list of people who guessed right, and let's acknowledge their guesses. So we're gonna start off from top to bottom. Keaton Morris, 0. Ray Knoll, 0. Jorge Jr. Fernandez, 0. Brian Landry, we got 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 points for Brian Landry. Ian Go's got 1, 2. 2 points for Ian Go. Daniel De Silva got 1, 2. 2 points for Daniel De Silva. Jasmine Bevis got Tom Hardy as an honorable mention. That was an honorable mention. Aaron Singh got 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Ren Steven Miyazawa got just 1 point. Blair Tandy got 1, 2 points. Peter Emery got 1, 2 points. And Jared McGregor got 1, 2, 3, 4 points. So it's a tie between Jared McGregor and Brian Landry. Congratulations, guys, for guessing right. I really appreciate your interaction. And there you have it. Now, we're going to be doing more top 10 lists further on. But before that, I'm actually going to post what kind of top 10 lists I'm going to be doing on the Ragin Nation Facebook page. And then you can make your guesses and we can play this guessing game. All right? So there you have it. That's all I got to say in this video. Why don't you list your top 10 actors in the comment section below. And I'm going to look through them. And I'm going to see what your tastes are in favorite actors and favorite movies. All right, so there you have it. That's all I gotta say in this video. As always, if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, like me on Facebook, The Ragin Nation. Also follow me on Twitter at Ragin Nation. Make sure you hit that like on the Ragin Nation Facebook page because we're getting very interactive there, playing these games. I've been responding to comments, and it'll be really awesome if you also participated in the discussion as well. So I'll see you next time. Peace. Hours long, but from beginning to end, this is a movie that really kept my attention. So I really highly recommend this movie, especially if you can handle